Wow. Get a tour of Space E? They were one of the biggest space tech companies ever. Mr. Klein said we were super close to them, but they felt as far away as Mars. How did people get invited to visit? I didn't know, but I was going to make it my mission to find out. Chapter 2. The Best Mentor Ever. I hefted my backpack up onto the lab table. Hey, Astrid. VJ perched on the stool next to mine. Did you watch the launch today? I asked. VJ shook his head. I wish. We had a spelling test then. I'm sorry you missed it. Kids filed into the STEM lab. It was after school and time for shooting stars, the space-themed club I was a part of. Ms. Ruiz, the teacher who ran the club, held out her hand next to me. I gave her the clip-on mic for my hearing aids, and she put it on her shirt. Today, her nails were apple green. Did you watch the launch? I asked. Her eyes sparkled. I wouldn't miss it. Her voice now boomed through my hearing aids. I'm a big fan of Space E. She nodded to some people standing by her desk. In fact, Lana, in the red shirt, she works there as an intern. She's writing some of the code for their next mission. My eyes bugged. Really? Ms. Ruiz nodded and went back to her desk. The young woman she'd pointed to had freckles like me, but her skin was darker. Her hair was pulled back in a messy bun, and she had a ball cap on with Space E's logo on it. A pencil and a pen stuck out of her bun at odd angles. But why was she here? And the others, too. I turned to VJ. That woman over there works for Space E. VJ shrugged. Cool. He was way too calm. Have you ever met anybody who works there? No, I don't think so. Ms. Ruiz clapped her hands to get our attention. We're going to start a special Astro mission today, she said. In honor of Space E's launch, we're going to build our own rockets. I gaped at VJ. He grinned back. First, you'll get into groups of 4. Each group will get a box. Ms. Ruiz pointed to a stack behind her. You can only use the items in the box, and water if you need it. She pointed to some jugs by the door. We'll launch next Friday. The rocket that flies the highest will earn 3 points on the Astro Board for their team members. And to celebrate, we'll have a party after the launches. I glanced at the giant grid behind Ms. Ruiz's desk. The person with the most points at the end of the year would get a scholarship to space camp. We'd had 6 Astro missions so far this year. VJ and I had a lot of points, but we weren't in the lead. Pearl was. Across the room, she adjusted her flight jacket. She looked very proud of herself. And I'd like you to meet my friends here, Ms. Ruiz said. Stacy, Ming, Aisha, Trent, and Lana. They're all college students and are helping us out for free, so be nice to them. We giggled. Once you have a team, grab one of them to work with you. Go. Stools scraped against the floor. Chatter filled the room. Ella and Dominic ran up. Hey, you guys want to be a team? Ella panted. Yes, let's get Lana. I glanced at VJ and he nodded. Who? Asked Dominic. I pointed. She works for Space E. She'll know a ton about rockets. Great, said Ella. We hurried up to the front. Ms. Ruiz handed Ella one of the large boxes. Lana stood with the other mentors. She was scrolling on her phone now. I stepped up in front of her. Hi. She jumped, almost dropping her phone. Will you work with us? I asked. Oh, sure. She hurried to tuck the phone into her pocket. Did you guys get a box? Yup. I'm Astrid, by the way. I led her to our lab table. Ella and Dominic had pulled up stools to join us. This was going great. Lana was going to help us build the best rocket. And what if you just had to know somebody at Space E to